We do it for now and then the mics are later. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone.
If you could all be seated, we can go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to InspirAsian 2026. My name is Hansen.
And I'm Corey, and we're your MCs for tonight. We're so excited to celebrate the incredible students, leaders, and community that make the Asian American Center so special.
To kick off the program, we're starting with a performance from one of our talented student groups, KMDC. And be sure to stay until the end. We have another special performance waiting for you all.
The Korean Media and Dance Club is a student-led, performance-based organization founded on Northeastern's Oakland campus in 2024. Now launched on the Boston campus, they have actively performed at a range of cultural and campus events. Since their founding, they have grown into a community dedicated to promoting cultural appreciation, artistic expression, and community engagement through Korean media, music, and dance. Without further ado, please welcome KMDC. Let's give it up one more time for KMDC. To officially welcome us tonight, it is my pleasure to introduce the director of the Asian American Center, Dr. Albert Chantaburi. My goat.
Albert is the son of Thai and Lao immigrant parents from Chicago, Illinois. He is a proud Posse Scholar and received his bachelor's from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Albert received his master's at Northeastern Illinois University and his PhD in community psychology at National Louis University.
After graduating with his doctoral degree, Northeastern University brought him to the East Coast, where he now serves as the director of the Asian American Center. Please give a round of applause for our director, Albert Chantaburi.
Thank you both for the warm welcome. Why would you all put me after that? Babe, I gotta do some yoga after that. Welcome, AAC community. It's a pleasure to give the opening remarks to InspirAsian 2026. Thank you for making time today so you can be here and be present. In the room, we have from Alumni Relations, Jasenia Mogel. She's sitting outside. Sorry. We have from Village of Belonging, Madison Haywood. From Senior Leadership, we have Julie Rothar Sanders, Assistant Vice Chancellor. We have faculty from Global Asian Studies, Sasha Sabrawal, GJ Salavano, and Dorian Lee. We have Director of the Center for Intercultural Engagement, Cindy Nguyen. And I would also like to take this time to give my wonderful staff a shout out that made this year such an enjoyable experience for me as director. The countless evening and weekend programming, the frequent meetings with students around the clock, and drive to make the student experience that much more impactful. Arena Hariskis, Maya Dowling Wolf, Netta Alazmi, Alexa Kwan, please stand up so you all can be recognized for a phenomenal year. Please help me give a round of applause for them. And I saved the best for last, the students. The reason why we all as staff get out of bed every day. The reason why Northeastern designs and redesigns our work so it can continue to get better. And why I have to go to Dirk and Julie for more money. You are truly the heartbeat of the AAC and have molded a space where students after you can enjoy, love, and fight for. From the chopped cheese that's being made in the kitchen, Vero, wherever he is, dressing up for your interview so you can ace them in our study rooms, or casually hanging out in the lounge, you have made the AAC a space where students can come together, feel safe, and really be themselves. I'm reaching a decade of serving students, and year after year, I'm humbled to always learn more. Although it shows my age to learn new language and lingo that is popular with the current generation, W's, it is a privilege to walk beside you and learn how we can navigate challenges and celebrate our wins together. Whether you're graduating or finishing your years here at Northeastern, thank you so much for making us a part of your journey. At this time, I would like to introduce our student leaders to the stage so they can provide a brief overview of their programs during this past academic year. Ajay George and Quinn Kramer, please accompany to the stage. They represent PACWA, the Pan-Asian American Queer Alliance. Mandy Hui and Lucy Kelly representing Asia, Asian American Students in Action. Brianna Quinn and Michelle Liu representing NU Goal. Kimberly So and Corey Wang representing PAC, Pan-Asian American Council. And Hansa and Deneen representing Asian American Heritage Month. Without further ado, I leave the stage to the co-chairs. Give them all a round of applause, please.
Melika Namanatu Amen. Okay. All right. Hello, divas.
My name is Ajay.
And my name is Quinn. And wait, what is this feeling? Gratitude.
But truly, we're so humbled to be speaking to you guys as PACWA co-leads this year. We also have the great honor to shout out our co-lead this semester, Zoe, who could not make it this semester because she already finished all her coursework. Their legacy lives on with us, and we miss this diva so much.
For those of you who do not know us, the Pan-Asian American Queer Alliance carries a mission to hold space for those who exist at the intersection of being both APITA and queer. A space where you never have to choose between your identities, because here your whole self belongs.
Okay, this semester has been truly amazing. We poured our hearts into building community through many game nights, ice cream socials, lantern making workshops, and so much more. Every single event was a clear reminder of why this space matters to us. Because when our members show up, they show up with unlimited love and potential.
We are so grateful to provide a space not just for queer and Asian individuals, but also for their allies as well. We cannot stress enough what an absolute pleasure it has been to watch our members create a sense of community rooted in love and acceptance. With our mere existence, we prove that representation matters, community heals, and that visibility is a life-saving thing.
None of this could have happened without the incredible support of the AAC staff, who helped us navigate everything from bookings to outreach. A very special thank you to Arena, our advisor, and our main support system. Your guidance means the world to us.
And now, to take a moment so that I can hype up my co-lead, Ajay. He has poured his creative passion into every single social media post, every single flyer, and every artistic touch that made PACWA feel like us. We are so proud of you, Ajay, and I think I speak for everyone and everyone in PACWA for it. And I can say for certain that because I knew you, I've been changed for good.
Okay, and I have to say, this semester would not have been possible without the one and only Quinn Kramer, who has been a staple of this community for 3 years. Her warmth and enthusiasm and love for every single person just shines in every interaction you have with her. PACWA is what it is because of her heart.
Thank you for this entire community, to every member who showed up, to every ally who stood with us, and every organization behind us in this room who reminds us that we are not alone. We hope PACWA has left a handprint on your hearts as much as this community has on ours.
Yes. Okay, this is the last line. If you care to find us, look to the Western Saturday and join us for the last meeting on April 18th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yay!
Thank you guys.
Good evening, everybody. It's so lovely to see you all here, gathered together to celebrate the amazing year the AAC had, to support the current co-chairs, and to congratulate the next one stepping forward. I'm Mandy.
And I'm Lucy.
And we're the co-chairs of Northeastern Asian American Students in Action, otherwise known as ASIA.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with Asia, we are a student-run program here at Northeastern under the Asian American Center, and our goal is to help first-year and transfer students transfer into Boston Northeastern life as smoothly as possible through our one-on-one mentorship pairings as well as our FAM system. We create a space to explore and better understand our Asian and Asian American identities through bi-weekly discussions on issues that our communities face, which fosters a tight-knit community through community service as well as events that are hosted by our lovely senior mentors, some of who are here today. We're incredibly fortunate to have such a passionate, thoughtful, and diverse cohort who comes to every meeting ready to engage in conversations about Asian American identity, from activism and allyship to Asian American leadership and innovation. We've also had the privilege of collaborating with other mentorship and leadership groups here at Northeastern, including Legacy and Poder, which are programs for students identifying as Latinx or within the African diaspora, respectively.
If you ask any of us or our cohort members what we love about Asia, we guarantee you that one word will often be repeated: community. It was a joy seeing our senior mentors host exciting events, including a noodle bar, pottery painting, flower bouquet making, and a watch party for the movie Smile. These events only further strengthen the bonds and connections between our cohort members and reinforce our goal of having a safe space for those who are new to the Northeastern community. Additionally, we owe this program to our Asia community for never failing to show up for us. I would like to thank our senior mentors for organizing our incredible events and always being ready to step up. You all brought our community closer, and the hard work and love you all put into the program is seen and appreciated.
We also wanted to take a moment to thank all of the mentors for being such great guides and role models for our mentees this year. This is such a monumental time in their life with being their first year at Northeastern Boston, and we know that they were just as grateful as we are that you were a part of Asia and a part of their lives. We wanted to thank you to the mentees for trusting Asia and for choosing to apply, as well as always showing up for meetings curious and ready to engage with whatever we're talking about. We wanted to thank our cohort for always showing up for each other and for events, whether it be for something happy like a birthday or something sad and you just needed a shoulder to cry on. Like now.
Last but certainly not least, a huge thank you to the AAC staff, Albert, Arena, Netta, and Maya. Thank you for always showing up for us and accommodating every last-minute ask, whether that's through having a Teams meeting late at night or helping us order supplies the day before. We couldn't have done it without you all. Your support not only held us together, but kept us going through the year.
Moving forward, it has been an incredible honor to be your co-chairs, and we are unbelievably excited to see what Holly and Aiden are going to be doing next year. We know that Asia is going to continue to be a place that is built on community and love for one another, and we just wanted to say to Holly and Aiden, as well as everyone here, if you all need anything, you know that you can always find a community within Asia. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brianna.
And I'm Michelle, and we are the co-chairs for the Growth and Opportunities for Asian American Leaders, or NU Goal.
For those who are unfamiliar with the program, NU Goal is a year-long program that explores the intersection of leadership and the Asian American identity through biweekly workshops, projects, and community engagement events. Each of our cohort members has been identified as a student with the drive to become a trailblazer within their own communities.
When planning this year, we wanted Goal to be a place where members could not only grow professionally, but navigate that space with what leadership means for us. Asian American students navigating institutions that weren't always built with us in mind. And we did that. We discussed the hard topics like decolonizing professionalism to the model minority myth as lived realities.
This past year, we focused on bringing together all of the programs under the AAC, from workshops on solidarity and advocacy with PAC and PACWA to community building events with Asia and the Committee. We wanted to open the doors for our cohort to learn about how we all play a part in a much larger story.
We also introduced Asian American alumni who challenged the way we think about failure and perfectionism and gave proof that our path in life has twists and turns, but will ultimately lead us in the direction that we were meant for.
Of course, we also went on many outings and cooked brunch and made pottery, because community isn't just about having shared hardships, but the memories you make and the joy you spread to those around you.
To our cohort, we are both so proud of the leaders that you've become. You are all so shy walking into L410 back in September, so watching you all build your opening activities throughout the year, to seeing your final capstone projects last week help us really put into perspective of how much you've grown over the past year. Which, speaking of capstone, do not think that we've forgotten about heated pottery.
We are truly so lucky to have witnessed the cohort grow from being just an extracurricular club to a tight-knit community over the course of the school year. The year may be over, but you'll stay with us long after we've said goodbye.
We cannot wait to see what you all accomplish during the rest of your college career and beyond. Thank you so much for being the best cohort that we could have ever asked for.
Hi everyone, I'm back. Hello, my name is Corey,
And I'm Kimberly.
and we are the PAC co-chairs for the year 2025 to 2026. For those unfamiliar, the Pan-Asian American Council is a coalition of now 13 Asian American student organizations at Northeastern University. Established in 2005, through our pillars of self-knowledge, intentional allyship, and community awareness, we work to support these organizations and facilitate a sense of unity within the community.
We want to start by giving a massive thank you to our organizations and their respective executive boards who have worked extremely hard this year. These community leaders have dedicated so much time and effort to make the Asian American community here at Northeastern such a rich and welcoming environment.
From September to April, we held hundreds of events across our organization, and among these events, there were many collaborations. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback throughout the year in regards to the events that everyone helped plan, and we are truly grateful and inspired by the effort that everyone has put in throughout this year. We also welcomed multiple new PAC organizations this year, both the Pakistani Student Association and the Taiwanese Student Association. We're really excited to see what the future holds.
As the semester is coming to an end, we'd like to reflect on all we've been able to accomplish this past year. In November, we held our annual PACX event, a TEDx-style event where we invite students in the APTA community to talk about their experiences. We had some really inspiring and insightful speakers, and we appreciate their dedication to sharing their stories.
This year, PAC took on an enormous endeavor in planning and hosting the first Impact Summit in collaboration with This event included a keynote speaker, 7 incredible workshop presenters, and an abundance of food, all centered around our theme of self-love. We believe this theme to be especially important, especially for students at Northeastern, because it can be very easy to compare ourselves to others, and we wanted to be sure people took the time to step back and appreciate everything that they've accomplished.
Impact for both of us became a passion project of incredible importance as we went from a singular document to a full-scale 8-hour schedule. We hope that this will lay a foundation for an even larger and stronger summit next year and as a tradition for years to come.
Finally, we want to give a huge thank you to the AAC staff, Albert, Arena, Maya, and Netta. Nothing we've done this year could have been possible without them, and they've been an incredible support in making all of our plans become a reality. We also want to give an enormous thank you to our PAC Council members this year who continuously showed up and worked tirelessly to bring the organizations together. For anyone who attended a PAC event this year, we thank you for being a part of our, as Alexa would say, #community. Thank you.
Hi everyone, we're the Asian American Heritage Month co-chairs, Deneen and Hansen. We want to just say thank you to anyone who has come to this year. Whether you helped plan an event or just came for the food, we hope that you made some fun memories along the way. Although only lasts about a month each year, it's always a special opportunity to bring together so many people and different communities to celebrate our cultures together.
First, we want to give a special shout out to Maya. Although it's her first year working at Northeastern, she was a huge help behind the scenes. Supporting a program that works with so many different communities can be really tedious and overwhelming at times, but she did an incredible job making sure we were supported throughout the entire planning process. From making last-minute purchases to organizing materials before each collab, it was so reassuring to know that she would be there to help us every step of the way. Additionally, we also want to give another shout out to our committee members, Sam, Haley, and Michelle. It was our first time having a planning committee this year, and they were integral to the success of our events as we had so much intense programming.
We would also like to take some time to recognize past and future co-chairs. Shout out Esther. As some of you may know, will no longer be a program run through the AAC starting next year. This does not mean, however, that is over. Going forward, Asian American Heritage Month will be run through an independent student organization known as the Asian American Heritage Collective. We hope that by taking on this next step, the incoming co-chairs can expand our vision and bring innovative new opportunities to the greater community.
Embracing the theme of from this year, the view from the summit, we want to recognize the hard work and dedication that our predecessors have put in before us. Without them, we would not have been able to put on events at the scale of which has come to be known for. Initially began as a week of programming voluntarily run by PAC reps looking to celebrate the roots and cultures of Asian Americans while providing an opportunity to bring together the community as a whole. Today, those efforts have allowed us to invite some of your favorite artists and give away some big prizes, but most importantly, we brought people together to reflect and enjoy each other's company.
Would not be what it is without all the dedicated members of the community, planning, hosting, and attending all these different events. So thank you again to anyone who showed up. It was a privilege being your coaches this year. To give some final shout outs, shout out free food, shout out film cameras, shout out retirement. Thank you to all our programs for the amazing work you do. As we look ahead, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the AAC's next generation of AAC Fellows. At this time, we ask all of next year's Fellows to stand together and to be recognized. We are pleased to announce Co-Chairs of Asia, Aiden Huang and Holly Lizak. Co-chairs of NU Goal, Ryan Chen and Olivia G. Co-chairs of PAC, Izzy DeFarley and Andrew Wu. And current co-chair of the AAHC, Isabel Yao. We are so excited for all that you will accomplish in the coming year.
It is now our honor to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening, Delia Chung Hom. Dr. Delia Chung Hom is an award-winning educator with nearly 20 years of experience working towards goals of diversity, equity, and inclusion in higher education. In 2006, Delia joined the staff of the Asian American Center as the center's first assistant director. Only a year later was she promoted to the director role. During her time at Northeastern, Delia led the AAC in growing and developing its programs, including the first-year mentoring program, Asian American Heritage Week, the Pan-Asian American Council, and the Professional Development Program. She also worked to found the Empower Fellowship as a means to strengthen connections amongst students of color at Northeastern.
Delia has also served as the Chief Programs Officer for the Asian American Women's Political Initiative, the country's only political leadership organization for Asian American and Pacific Islander women. She is currently a member of the Board of Trustees at Vassar College, her alma mater, and has served on the board of the Alumni Association of Vassar College since 2018. Delia earned her doctorate from Northeastern University, where her research focused on Asian American students and their sense of belonging at predominantly white institutions.
Delia was born and raised in Massachusetts, where she currently lives with her family. She enjoys word puzzles, escape rooms, and playing board games with her family. Without further ado, let's welcome Delia.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you so much for your generous introduction, and I'm so honored to be here to be part of InspirAsian and to share my story with you. To the incoming student leaders for next year, I hope that tonight helps you see the impact of this community. It is so important to take time to step back and see the big picture. This community has so much to celebrate. And to students who are graduating in 2026, congratulations. As I stand here, I want to give some recognition to my ancestors, King Choi Ham, Suiji Ham, Tan Yu Chung, and Gyusin Chung. Without them and the decisions that they made, I wouldn't be standing here before you. In particular, I'd like to acknowledge my maternal grandmother, Gyusin Chung, who would have celebrated her 98th birthday next month. When people talk about being our ancestors' wildest dreams, I think about whether my grandmother could have even dreamed up the life I'm living today. My grandma was born in Guangdong, China, and received only a 5th grade education. She moved to Brooklyn in 1950 after marrying my grandfather, who had been living alone in the US since he was 12. My grandfather spent most of his life working in a laundromat. He was a paper son, a citizen at a time when immigration from Asia was severely limited because of the Chinese Exclusion Act. Papa had the best laugh in the world. She was incredibly stylish, and she was an amazing seamstress. She told me that when she arrived in New York, not knowing any English, she felt like she was deaf, dumb, and mute. These words have stuck with me, and they have reminded me of how resilient my grandma was. I would like to think that my grandmother lived her life with a vivid imagination, that a girl from southern China could move to New York City, learn to sew fashionable clothes, cook Chinese food, and as we call it, white people food, and live into her 90s to get to know her 7 great-grandchildren must truly have been her wildest dream. I had that spirit of imagination alive within me when I first visited Northeastern's campus in the spring of 2026, 20 years ago, to interview for the position of Assistant Director at the Asian American Center. At that time, the Asian American Center was in the process of relocating from its first temporary office in 104 L Hall to 109 Hemingway Street. Andrew Shen, the first director of the center walked me into 109 Hemingway Street, which was literally a construction zone. We walked through the building and he said, imagine over here, it's gonna be a reception room. Imagine over here, it's gonna be a multi-purpose room filled with students. Imagine this, picture that. Some people might have been intimidated, right? Because behind asking me to imagine all of that was the very real fact that none of these things actually even existed. The Pan-Asian American Council, PAC, had barely gotten off the ground. It didn't have its structure yet. They hadn't had the first PAC retreat. The Asia Peer Mentoring Program was only in its infancy, and many other programs didn't exist yet. And behind all of this, what was left unsaid, was that there wasn't yet a strong connection amongst Asian American students and the Asian American community on campus. I believed then, and I believe even more fervently now, that gathering as an Asian American community is an inherent political act that has immense power and meaning. I grew up here in Massachusetts and graduated from a high school where only a small handful of students identified as Asian American. It wasn't until I got to college myself that I was able to put my history in context. It was through connecting with Asian American community on campus that I was fully able to understand the ways that policy had affected my grandparents' choices and therefore my own life. These were things that I could not fully grasp looking just at my family. I needed to connect with other Asian Americans and to have space to be in community and to uncover our histories together. I became aware of how often our stories are not told and our voices unheard. As I made these connections, I got more involved on campus, stepping into leadership roles in Asian American student organizations and getting involved with my college's student government. I grew and learned so much from my experiences as student leader, and I had never even conceived of working in student affairs until I came across a random job posting for the role of program coordinator at Asian Pacific Student Programs at UC Riverside. As I read through the job description, I realized that I had done all the things that were in that job description. I had built connections on campus, I had collaborated with other groups, I had built mentoring programs, I had planned and carried out events. And so I started my career working in Asian Pacific Student Programs at UC Riverside. In their center, they have a huge mural on the wall, a series of people holding hands, and you can see there's some silhouettes in the background. The people in the background represent some of the local history of Asian Americans in Riverside and other parts of Asian American history. It represents staying connected to history and also looking forward to the future. You'll see the person in purple on the left, reaching out, reaching forward to the future that's not written. This picture for me, really represents part of why I'm here today, is making those connections from history to present and looking together to the future. The history of the Asian American Center at Northeastern is unique. In 2017, there were less than 50 Asian American-focused student centers in the United States. That is a very, very small number, considering there's over 3,000 institutions of higher education in the United States. Many of these spaces, like the one I worked at UC Riverside, came into being through collective struggle, most often through student protests, acknowledging the many ways in which Asian American students are unseen and underserved at predominantly white institutions. Northeastern Center is unique, having come about through the advocacy of a collective of Asian American faculty and administrators. In the beginning, this made it challenging to establish what the center was. What is it about? Who does it serve? How do we relate to other cultural centers on campus? Who does our space serve? How do we relate to international students? Which student organizations are affiliated with us? And why are we located on the very, very edge of campus? When I first started working at the Asian American Center, the mail didn't come because they didn't know where we were, and we were so far away from everything else on campus. Especially in the early years when I was working at the center, my focus was on building community. People need to be seen, to be connected, and to be known. The first PAC retreat, some pictures here, was held in 2008, and it was truly a transformative experience. We spent time together, we did ropes courses together, and we had moments together that really solidified our relationships. These retreats were not only important for student leaders from PAC, but also critical because we routinely invited others to join. Staff from the leadership office, whatever it's called now, staff from campus activities who advise PAC organizations. Building these relationships and common ground was so important in allowing PAC to flourish and all of the student orgs connected to PAC to flourish as well. At the heart of what we do, so much of it is about relationships, and Asia has been a key part of that as well. Asia started off as a small group of students, still one-on-one mentoring, but has truly grown and blossomed over the years. So many students, so many retreats together, so many team building activities. Part of the Asian American Center's role has been to help educate the campus and community about Asian American history and Asian American experiences. One of our earliest programs was a book club, which invited faculty, staff, and students from around campus to join together, read books, have discussions. Asian American Heritage Week was another early program, really centering on sharing the experiences and history with our campus. I want to acknowledge the staff that I was privileged to work with at the Asian American Center: Andrew Shen, Van Lee, Doug Lee, Aaron Pereno, and Christine Din. Doug is the person that you have to thank for all of the acronyms and UGOAL and basically anything that ends with Asian. As much as the center is a home for students, these colleagues have become like family to me. They have each left their mark on the center in different ways because they each brought a different kind of passion to the work that they do. Van, the center's second assistant director, started Bubble Tea Time. And when I think back to 2006, it just sounds really crazy to imagine that there were no bubble tea shops nearby. I think there was actually only one bakery in Alston that served bubble tea. And so Van and I would drive in my car to Alston, pick up bubble tea, and bring it back to the center. And students would just come because it was so hard to get. But Bubble Tea Time wasn't just about tea. It was a time to share stories, to have conversation, and to connect around Asian American identity. It was this kind of approach to make the AAC feel like home away from home that felt so meaningful and important. It took time for students to get familiar with our space, knowing that it was so far away from other parts of campus. Do you still have a print quota? Is that a thing? Okay. So, because students have a print quota, we actually set up the printer in the computer lab. Is there a computer lab? we don't need computer labs anymore, but there's a computer lab with a printer, and students could print as much as they wanted. And so that was so enticing, and students would come to the center. The center was open until 10 o'clock at night, and we had student staff who were working in the space at that time. And so I think she was an Asia co-chair. She was not working at the center, but her friend was. And she knew how to use the printing, wireless services, whatever. And she started sending out pictures of the girl from The Ring, the movie, through the printer while her friend was working in the reception room. And they just kept coming out of the printer, like copies and copies and copies of this girl. And that's how the myth of the Asian American Center ghost was born. And so there's this belief that there's a ghost who might live on the 3rd floor. I think her name is Gertrude. But if you hear the doorbell ring at random times or random things come out of the printer, it's Gertrude. Okay. Diversion about Gertrude. One of my favorite memories from the Asian American Center is when Asia hosted a haunted house at the center during Halloween. And there's actually very scary boiler room in the basement, not on the dance studio side, but the other side. And so if you find any plastic bones, cobwebs in there, it's from a haunted house. It was actually incredibly, incredibly scary. Other moments that I think were very important and really just solidifying the community were CSC, which is another past event that was hosted by PAC. It was a cultural night with all of this PAC organizations participating. The very first celebration was actually held in the Curry Student Center the one with the red logo. And then in 2009, Celebration was first hosted in Blackman Auditorium. And that's actually my daughter walking down the stage with someone from Pi Delta Psi. The Asian American Center often smells like food. It sounds like that hasn't changed. You'd find students napping on the first floor couches, third floor couches, dancing in the basement, doing choreography. The photos in the stairway were like family photos, and the staff were around mornings, afternoons, evenings to listen and to support students. Being connected to the Asian American Center's history was an important thread that I wanted to hold on to. When we first hosted the Asian American Center's first senior reception in 2008, it was so small that the dinner was held at the center in the multipurpose room. That night, I remember handing each of the seniors a Sharpie, and I said, "Go write a message on that wall." And they looked at me, and the wall is white. And they said, "You want us to what?" And I said, believe me, it'll be a thing. You're the first class. Go write a message on the wall. And so they're kind of like, this is so strange because the walls are white, and they started leaving their messages. I literally wanted them to leave their mark. Our community is so important to be connected to each other, to our history, and to recognize where we're coming from. The walls are filled up. The voices and stories of students are really what make the Asian American Center what it is. In my vision of the Asian American Center, students have always been at the core, the heart of who the Asian American Center is. This means the space can change, the people can change. This can also mean that the space can be at odds with a larger university, and this can be hard, and this can be frustrating. But I've always believed that this work, this fight, and your voices are important. And if there's something that you learn from your involvement, from your time at the Asian American Center, I hope that one of those things would be that your voice matters and that your voice can make a difference. I wasn't able to make it over to Hemingway Street today, and I know that times have changed and things have changed at the center. As I think about the Asian American Center and I think about its meaning, I think that the idea of kintsugi is a perfect analogy for the center. We acknowledge that things can be broken, we accept imperfection, and collectively, we can use our imaginations and imagine a different way, another way to be. And by using our voices and working collectively, we can make a difference. Thank you.
Hello, bear with us. We're getting a table on the stage, but we're going to start awards now. And while they're doing that, I'll give a little talk about them. So, every year at InspirAsian, the AAC gives out our signature awards, which will be detailed shortly. During the nomination process, the AAC community nominates students they feel embody the spirit of each award. Our descriptions for each awardee include excerpts from those who nominated them as well. What makes these awards special is that they allow members of the AAC and the broader Northeastern community to recognize the incredible effort and contributions they have made. I'm also happy to announce a special change we have made this year to the awards portion of InspirAsian. We have added student organization awards to recognize the work of the student orgs that make up such a crucial part of our community. So, as we set up, Without further ado, we will begin those student organization awards. We ask that all recipients of any award tonight come to the stage when your name is called. You will be handed your award by Albert, and then you will receive your award, walk off stage, and we ask that you stay till the end of the event so we can take a picture on stage with your awards, individually and as a big group. So if the two of you, Maya and Netta, come to the stage, Albert, come to the stage.
What a perfect height. Okay, so we're doing this.
Oh, yes.
You're gonna do all because I'm gonna do the mic. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. The Community Collaborator Award is given to an organization that has fostered meaningful connections and belonging within the Asian American community and has demonstrated a strong commitment to forming impactful relationships. This organization shows an understanding of the value of collaboration and has worked intentionally towards shared goals, building strong partnerships across campus with other organizations, departments, the Greater Boston Community Partners, or the AAC itself. This first organization is a unique one which includes professionalism in their pillars. Some professional event highlights this year are their fall and spring networking nights, co-op panels, and a speaker panel. These events showcase their dedication to establish and maintain positive relationships with companies and alumni. This org has been able to secure participation from many notable companies, such as Bose, Wave Life Sciences, and Shark Ninja, just to name a few. Their drive for collaboration does not stop there. They have also had many successful internal collaborations this year with our own AAC programs NU Goal and Asia, but also with other student organizations like Arcata, CSA, KASA, Northeastern Electric Racing, and VSA. With over a dozen collaborative events this academic year, this organization has truly embodied the spirit of what it means to be a community collaborator. Thank you for your hard work, and congratulations to the Society of Asian Scientists and Engineers. Next is the Cultural Impact and Advocacy Award. This award is given to a student organization that has demonstrated a strong commitment to advancing cultural awareness or advocacy in support of the Asian American community. Through programming, initiatives, or campaigns, this organization has either contributed to educating the broader campus about Asian American cultures, histories, or contemporary issues, or they have created tangible change through advocacy, activism, or addressing community needs. The winning organization shows an understanding of the importance of cultural representation and advocacy and has worked to amplify voices, provide educational opportunities, and foster a more inclusive campus environment. This organization's work goes beyond singular events by consistently integrating cultural education and community engagement into its programming. This is best exemplified by their partnership with the Asian Task Force Against Domestic Violence, a nonprofit that supports survivors of domestic violence in Asian communities through culturally and linguistically appropriate services. Throughout the year, this org has incorporated ATASC's mission into multiple philanthropy events, ensuring that advocacy and education were central components. This group's commitment to service also reflects its broader advocacy values. Through partnerships with organizations such as Heart of Dinner, members supported Asian American seniors facing food insecurity and social isolation, while also raising awareness about challenges within this population. This org not only raises awareness of critical issues within the Asian American community, but also actively engages others in advocacy and education. By centering culturally relevant causes, this group has shown commitment to foster lasting awareness, encourage dialogue, and contribute to a more informed and inclusive campus environment. Thank you for your hard work, and congratulations to Kappa Phi Lambda.
Okay, next we have the Rising Star Award. The Rising Star Award is given to a student organization that has shown significant growth this past year. This group has demonstrated a strong foundation and intentional commitment to making tangible contributions to the Asian American community. The organization shows an understanding of its role in the community and has taken meaningful steps to build connections, foster engagement, and expand its presence on campus. This last organization has demonstrated remarkable growth and an unwavering commitment to celebrating and uplifting the Asian American community on campus. As an organization only 3 years young, they have already established themselves as a cornerstone of campus life by being in the process of joining PAC, signaling a meaningful step towards deeper collaboration and solidarity within the broader Asian American community. Their programming this year speaks to their impact, from a night market that drew over 300 attendees to the organization's first cultural show, Lunar New Year and Mid-Autumn Festival celebrations, and an East Coast mixer that expanded their reach beyond our campus. This group has been able to create meaningful spaces where students feel seen, connected, and celebrated. These past 3 years, they have grown from a budding organization into a thriving community, and their intentional efforts to build both inward belonging and outward connection solidify their embodiment of our Rising Star Award. We are so excited to see what you will do next. Congratulations to the Taiwanese American Student Association.
Congratulations again to all of our Student Organization Award winners. We're very excited to continue this tradition next year, and I will now begin with our individual student awards. So the Trailblazer Award is named for Nobuko Saito Cleary, who graduated from Northeastern's English program in 1970, and is likely the first Japanese woman to earn a degree from the university. A self-described cultural bridge builder, Cleary is the founding donor of Northeastern's Asian American Center. Through positive leadership, advocacy, and innovative ideas, these two students enrich the experience of other Asian American students and promote the goals of the Asian American Center. This first student has shown much intentionality behind how they chose to spend their time at Northeastern. Through multiple executive board positions and the participation in our AAC programs, including NU Goal and Work Study, they were able to deepen their understanding of what it means to be Asian American. As secretary for SACE last year, the student built engagement within the community through weekly newsletters, introducing interactive components to encourage dialogue among readers. This year, as a CSA co-events coordinator, they were able to help plan large-scale events which allowed the Asian American community on campus to celebrate their ties to their cultural identities and hear from influential contemporary Asian figures. Using what they learned in our programs, this student was able to bring intentionality into their e-board work. When putting on events, they would be thinking about where the opportunities were in each detail to offer an inclusive and thoughtful experience, down to what food would best represent the breadth of culture for a celebration, or what types of performance would resonate with their audiences. This student shows a true dedication to enriching the experience of other Asian American students, which is at the core of this award. A big congratulations and thank you to Anthony Lin. This next student has been driven by a deep commitment to uplifting the Asian American community through their time at Northeastern. Their work in mentorship, advocacy, and intentional leadership is rooted in empathy and action. Beginning their journey in our Asia program sparked this student's call to action. Joining NU Goal the next year, they were able to explore even deeper the complexities to Asian American identity and community. And as one of this year's NU Goal co-chairs, they designed and facilitated the program's year-long curriculum, which unified professional development and Asian American identity. By focusing on difficult topics like inter-Asian dynamics and imposter syndrome, students in NU Goal were able to connect these conversations to their lived experiences. Throughout the year, this student, along with their co-chair, was able to organize multiple collaboration events with each of our other programs, as well as campus partners, to show their cohort members that Asian American leadership at Northeastern is interconnected. A student close to this award winner says what strikes them the most about this student is how they lead with both their mind and their heart. They do not just run programming, they build relationships, and they create environments where people feel seen, challenged, and supported all at once. This type of work exemplifies what it means to be a trailblazer, and thank you and congratulations to Brianna Quinn. Congratulations. Okay. All right. The Ronald Takaki Award for Community Engagement is given to a graduating senior who has demonstrated a significant commitment to the Asian American community on or beyond campus. This student has not only been involved in the Asian American community, but has taken the initiative to become more engaged in bringing visibility and voice to the experiences of Asian Americans. The recipient of this award will have demonstrated an evolving awareness of the Asian American community and an ongoing commitment to serve. This student stepped into their role this past year effortlessly on the surface, but behind the scenes always operated with their community's best interests in mind at all times. Some may assume that community comes easily to some people, but it does take hard work, intentionality, and thoughtfulness. As PI's PAC rep last year, this student went above and beyond the expectations and expressed a real passion and interest in the Asian American experience on campus. Their passion never wavered as they stepped into the role of PAC co-chair this past year. They have done more than just run this program. They have been a connector, an advocate, and a consistent presence in our community, leading with the core goal of making people feel like they belong. This year, along with their co-chair, the student led our Impact Conference Summit, bringing together students around shared Asian American experiences and the theme of inner peace. A student close to this award winner says, what makes them stand out isn't just what they have built during their time here, but how they show up. This student is the kind of leader people gravitate toward, not because of their title, but because of the kind of person they are. This kind of commitment to serve all members of our community is exactly what this award is all about. A big thank you and congratulations to Corey Wong. All right. The Helen Zia Award for Leadership is given to a graduating senior who has demonstrated positive leadership and initiative in promoting the development of the Asian American community through advocacy work, programming, or involvement in key initiatives at Northeastern. This student has an awareness of what it means to be a leader in the Asian American community and has grown as a leader during their experiences at Northeastern. This student has shown up for their community in impactful ways during their time at Northeastern, starting out on the ASU Minis Committee, moving through their position as performance coordinator, and now for the past 2 years, they have served as the organization's president. Their dedication and hard work in the role has not gone unnoticed by their peers. They have been able to shape the ASU community into a welcoming space and intentionally create opportunities for members to explore the diverse cultures that make up our community, ensuring positive representation and increasing cultural awareness. The students who know this award winner say that they've always placed an emphasis on diversity within their events, big and small, ensuring that more than just East Asian is represented at ASU, and that these last 2 years, they have been the backbone of the organization, not only by being a great leader, but also a reliable friend. As ASU president, the student also understands their impact on the community and sets a positive example when it comes to collaboration and showing up to support other organizations and communities. The student has inspired others to continue their hard work, and this truly embodies what it means to be a leader. Thank you, and congratulations to Jackie Chu. This last award is the Northeastern AAC Student Engagement Award, which is given to two students who have demonstrated a commitment to engaging Northeastern's Asian American community through advocacy, programming, support services, or involvement in key initiatives that promote the goals of the Asian American Center. Both of these students are familiar faces to us at the AAC, and I have had the pleasure of knowing them throughout my entire time here at Northeastern. This first student is no stranger to hard work. 2 years ago, they served as SACE PAC rep, planning collaboration events with orgs in and outside of PAC all year long while being an active member of their sorority, Sigma Psi Zeta, a progressive multicultural Greek organization that provides a means to success and support for women of color. In their roles, they were able to build relationships not just within one organization, but across the broader Asian American community at Northeastern. Last year, they undertook one of the most demanding roles in the AAC ecosystem, Asian American Heritage Month co-chair. With their co-chair, they were able to create an entire month packed with events that showcased the beautiful diversity of our community through their theme, Leading Legacies. They brought together people through art, food, storytelling, traditional practices, and so much more. People close to this student know all the late nights, last-minute problem solving, and dedication this student poured into And thankfully, their work didn't stop there. This past year, the student was eager to remain involved at the AAC and joined our Asia program as a mentor, volunteering their time during their senior year and investing in the next generation of Asian American students on campus. This kind of consistent dedication speaks to the heart of the work at the AAC and this award. Thank you for your dedication, and congratulations, Esther Ho. All right. This last student is known by many for their positive and seemingly never-ending social battery and has been an integral part of our community throughout their time at Northeastern. Upon arrival to campus as an international student from Kazakhstan, this student dove headfirst into all the AAC had to offer. They have been in countless mentorship positions across multiple organizations on campus, a JSA freshman rep, a PAC rep for CASA, a PAC co-chair, a co-op at the Center for Student Involvement, and now an Asia senior mentor. It does not take long to get to know this student, and that is what is so special about them. Those who have just met them or have known them their whole time at Northeastern all remark on their presence and dedication to our community. Last year, with their co-chair, they put on the first ever PAC Community Conference in collaboration with the East Coast Asian American Student Union to great success. They have a natural curiosity and appreciation for culture and are passionate about celebrating all that it means to be Asian and a passion for sharing that with whoever is curious about it. They never hesitate to talk to someone new and let them know everything available to them at the AAC and beyond. And this kind of passion for the betterment of the experience of others is exactly what aligned with the goals of the AAC and the spirit of this award. So thank you for your dedication and congratulations, Aladar Kwatbekov. If you turn your attention to the back, there's a giant cutout of Aladar. If you'd like to see that. So can we please, well, we were kind of already doing it, but can we please get a final round of applause for all of our award winners? And just one last reminder to everyone who won an award to please stay after the conclusion of the event so that we can all take a picture with you. I would now like to introduce our second and final performers for the night. We would need to get this table off the stage, but I will read a little bio about them. Please welcome Kada. As Northeastern University's premier K-pop dance team, Kada aims to create inclusive, empowering, accessible learning environments where members can grow and connect through events, shared passions, and an all-around fun time. From workshops to performances, the organization provides a variety of opportunities for students to challenge and express themselves regardless of prior dance experience or familiarity with K-pop. So please welcome to the stage, Kata.
Let's give it up one more time for Kata. At this moment, we want to recognize our graduating seniors. Tonight is not just an ending, but a celebration of everything you've accomplished and the journey that brought you here.
Thank you for your contributions to the AAC community, big or small. Each of you has helped shape this space into one of belonging, support, and empowerment, and your impact will continue long after you leave. As you step into this next chapter, we hope you carry with you the friendships, lessons, and memories you've built here. May you move forward with confidence, resilience, and pride.
Seniors, if you haven't already, please pick up your pin and cord from the table outside, and as a small token of our appreciation and a reminder of your time here.
At this time, we'd like all of AAC staff to come on stage. The co-chairs, not Team 442, the AAC fellows have a little surprise for you. Albert, Maya, Arena, Netta. Anyway. Thank you so much for all the work that you've done behind the scenes, helping us make all of our programs possible.
All of the AC programs and student organizations would not be here without you guys.
Give it up one more time for staff. As we wrap up the night, we'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight and for all the work you do to support your communities.
Thank you guys all for a wonderful Inspiration 2026 and have a wonderful night.
If you want an award, come to the stage, please.